This Brock Purdy stat might surprise you because I'm not going to lie. It actually surprised me a little bit, but let's get into it. According to Sharp Football, the best passer when it comes to accuracy on go routes in 2024 was San Francisco 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy. And the reason why I said this might surprise some of you, might surprise many, and surprise me a little bit, and not necessarily because this is how I feel, but one of the things that Brock Purdy gets knocked for is his arm strength and his ability to throw deep. And so it is pretty fascinating to see in a season last year that a lot of people have taken the opportunity to discredit Brock and what he is in his game. Many have kind of knocked him a little bit on that. And if you don't know what a go route is basically straight. You're running, it's a deep ball route. You're running straight down the field. You're looking at about 15 to 20 yards plus, ball traveling through the air. I have one clip here that I got of Deebo Samuel. I'm not 100% sure that this was a go route. It appears to be at least the end of it a go route down the left sideline. Obviously, Deebo Samuel goes up for it, catches the ball, runs in for a touchdown. So basically, what Warren Sharp from Sharp Analysis is saying that Brock Purdy ranks number one in go ball route accuracy and efficiency, not only in 2024, but since 2023, he's ranked number one in this category. He says only 9% of attempts were incomplete due to an accuracy, which is number one in the NFL. Rank on go routes, number one in success rate, 59%. Number one in YPA, yards per attempt, 17.2. Number one in completion rate, 58%. Number two in EPA per attempt, plus 1.01. And out of 49 quarterbacks the last 2 years. So basically all those numbers and metrics were pulled from 49 quarterbacks over the last 2 years. And Brock Purdy ranks at number one in the NFL. So I'm really curious to know how some of you guys feel about this because, like I mentioned, this is probably where he gets dinged the most by, people have called him a noodle arm quarterback. They say he doesn't have arm strength. His deep ball accuracy is something to be concerned about. So I really am curious to see what you guys feel about this. And I'll tell you why I'm a little bit surprised to see him up here. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the list. And there's an interesting name on this list, the newest 49er. But if we go top to bottom, you have 49ers Brock Purdy, number one, 2 Dak Prescott, 3 Lamar Jackson, 4 Geno Smith, 5 Russell Wilson, 6 Cooper Rush, 7 Josh Allen, 8 Joe Burrow, 9 Jordan Love, 10 Kirk Cousins, 11 Justin Herbert, 12 Patrick Mahomes, 13 Aaron Rodgers, 14 Kyler Murray, 15 Tua Tagovailoa, 16 Jalen Hurts, 17 Trevor Lawrence, 18 Matthew Stafford, 19 Drew Lock, 20 Jaden Daniels, 21 Sam Darnold, 22 Baker Mayfield, 23 Bryce Young, 24 Bo Nix, 25 Anthony Richardson, 26 Jared Goff, 27 Drake May, 28 Daniel Jones, 29 Caleb Williams, 30 Will Levis, and number 31 on the list is newest 49ers quarterback, Mac Jones. So pretty interesting again to see him on the top of this list, and it's pertaining to a specific route, one route, the go ball, the go route. So this is why I'm a little bit surprised to see him at the top of the list, because I don't know how accuracy or inaccuracy is determined by these metrics, but what I can tell you from watching film and watching every single one of Brock Purdy's throws on film since he entered the game against the Dolphins in 2022, let's say they aren't all necessarily go balls either. Like there are other deep routes route concepts that he does take shots on, like deep corners or posts, um, and variations off those particular routes. So maybe that's a part of the equation as well. But on this specific route, the go route, 9 route, he's number one in accuracy in over 2 years. 2 years. So the one thing that and why it kind of surprised me was because when I watch Brock on film, when he goes deep, he can sometimes miss. And when I say miss, I'm talking about like he puts the ball on the player, but instead of being on the upfield shoulder with the momentum going upfield to allow a catch in stride, sometimes it could be on the back shoulder, or it could be to the inside a little bit, or it could be out in front a little bit too much. Like it still gives the player the opportunity to make a play on the ball, which is more than half the battle. But that is if I had to give a objective critique of Brock, I would say that is the area where I think he can get a little bit better at. And every player has something that they can get a little bit better at. To me, I have never really been concerned about Brock's arm strength. And this even goes back to his training camp after coming back from elbow surgery. It was very similar. He was the only quarterback that was really trying to push the ball downfield because he had to get his arm right and he had to find, he had to find that accuracy. And it just felt like there were times where he would overshoot it and then he'd recalibrate, undershoot it, and then he would put a little too much air on it. He would drive it too much. So it felt like Brock, since his or his elbow surgery, has just been trying to find the right calibration of where to put the ball. I believe he can do it. It's just sometimes it's either a little short, it's a little far, it's a little inside, a little outside. It's still within the range of a player to go and make a play. But that's just the only thing that I've seen if we're gonna like really deep dive and scrutinize his game and try to pick it apart and find things that he could get better at. That's one of the things that I think he can get better at. But according to this metric, Brock Purdy's number one on this specific route, which is a go ball. And I'm not surprised that he's ranked high because I have seen him be successful more often than not on this. But again, like I mentioned, I think it's the smaller details of how accuracy is defined. Um, because again, if you're putting the ball on the player to be able to make a play, that's still being accurate. But if we're gonna like really refine it and fine tune and really like hone in on what a perfect go ball would look like, there's a placement to it. There's a spot you got to put it. So um, I don't think it's a crazy thing. But I am curious to see what you guys think about this. So let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.